Hello everyone and welcome to my 7th and final day of my week of uploads. So I recently got some new vintage books from a few different places and I really wanted to make a feature of them today. These are all children's books and these are 4 of my favourites that I've recently got. I have a lot of vintage children's books and I tend to use them for making my journals to obviously create the pages, and then I forget about them a little bit. So I wanted to use them as decorative pieces in my journal instead today. So the book that I've got here is a school friend annual from 1955. I've also got The Dangerous Book for Boys, Nursery Tales, and the Encyclopedia for Children, which is really old and really stunning. So we're going into a new month. We're going into February 2023, and I thought I could pick out some of the images from this book to create my title. So on some green card, I just I wrote out Feb, and I'm going to use this just as a guide for cutting out the images, and then they will create my title. So I literally just draw around each letter onto the paper and trim them out. So once those letters are all cut out, I have inked around the edges with some black distress ink just to make sure they stand out from my page. And I also went on the very border with a black marker pen again. I just wanted to make some distinction between the background paper and the letters so that it was obvious that they are a title. I decided to change my backing paper a little as well, so I didn't want too many colours to interfere with my title. Again, I'm trying to make sure it stands out, so I took a torn piece of one of the books. I think it was the Nursery Tales book, and I've just backed the top half of my paper with that just to ensure everything stands out properly like I want to. So I'm just going to get that stuck down, and then I can stick down my Feb title. So we're all stuck down now, and I've gone in to some old cards that I got from a card boots, and I found Puss in Boots themed cards. So these are 3 cards that go together to create the character Puss in Boots, and I've used these as inspiration for decorating my page. So I'm going to create an interactive element with these cards, have some images behind them, and in the Nursery Tales book that I've got, there is Puss in Boots. So I've taken an image from that, fussy cut it out, and then collaged that onto my page. And then just as a background element, just to add some interest. And then I will get to backing these cards. So the middle one I'm going to use as a journaling card. So I've just taken one of those revision cards. I can never remember what they're called. and I've just trimmed it down and cut the corners into the circular shape, the rounded shape, and I will stick that straight onto the back of my card, and that's where my journaling is going to go. And then on the top and bottom card I'll add some photos. So to add these to my journal, I'm going to just create a hinge with my vellum. I've done this before many times, but it's a nice way of adding a tip in to your page without using washi or anything else that could cover up an image. I should have thought about this and stuck these down before I then collaged the image onto my paper, because then it would have hidden the vellum, but I didn't. I stuck the image down first and then stuck the vellum on the top. Obviously, because it's see-through, you can see the image below it, but it would have looked a bit neater if I'd done this part first, but it's fine. I don't think on camera you can really see it. So you can see the top and bottom cards have their photos added, and yeah, they're all stuck onto the page now, and I've added that journaling to the middle card, and I'm really happy with how that's looking. I don't want to cover up too much of the image from the Puss in Boots book, but I do have a few more photos to add. So I've just got 2 small photos. I'm going to back them with white card and then with some blue that I've got laying on my desk, and then I will stick them at the top of my page so it's not covering up that image. I was then looking for another image to collage onto this page because I was really liking the look of the image collaged onto the map paper. I thought that was nice, and I've taken a black and white picture of a girl blowing a dandelion. So I've fussy cut that out and then layered that up next to the Puss in Boots image. I've then got a painting that Theo created of the tiger who came to tea, and I thought this would be quite nice to add because obviously that's a children's book. So I folded that in 4, and I'm just going to stick that onto the flap that I've got left over on the right hand page. To make it a bit more interesting, I'm going to add some pattern paper to the front of that, and then I can add some more photos and decoration to that as well. I'm just going to stick that pattern paper onto the front of my painting from Theo, and then stick the painting onto the paper. I've got 2 more photos that I want to add to the top of the little girl image, so I've trimmed them down. I'm going to back them with some white card and stick those down. And then I've got a picture of Theo creating the painting that he made me that I've stuck in, so I'm going to stick that to the front of the blue pattern paper with the daisies on, and also a little journaling card so I can just write about what he made me. Because I used a pink journaling card, I just needed a bit more pink on this page and added a thin washi tape just to tie that all together. And then I'm going to go back to the pages that I was working on before because I've just left them. I got carried away with the following pages. So I've got another collage of Theo, and everyone he's just doing this massive smile, which I love. So I've backed that onto some pretty pink pattern paper, and I'm going to stick that onto the right hand page. I don't add anything to it because they're super cute. I want to keep them as they are. And then I can work on the last page. So I've got a picture of Theo wearing my sunglasses. I've backed that with some vellum, and I'm going to stick that beneath the Feb title. This is probably my favourite photo from February, so I wanted to make a feature of that. I've taken some floral stickers from a Simple Stories book just to add a little bit of decoration to that page, and I've also taken one of the love title pictures from the same sticker book as well. And then I had another collage of pictures of me and Theo this time that I wanted to add as well, so I thought I would just stick them quickly onto the front flap of the last pages that I was working on. I've added a washi tape sticker from the Simple Stories book just to back it up, just to add a bit more interest, and then I will stick my 2 photos down of me and Theo. I also add a line of journaling just above it about Theo being a mama's boy. And those are my pages all finished, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you've enjoyed the week of uploads. Thank you all very much for being here. Bye everyone.